Wait a minute, that's corporate, but thuggish, but did a little time, but are reformed. Where y'all at?
Women down here think it's a unicorn with long and a lot of money, write poetry, and draw, he a thug. You crazy?
Welcome to the THPPP Network, where we offer that social commentary with a sprinkle of sarcasm. Mm-hmm. Reaction time, my G. Reaction time.
Please tap in. Wait a minute, that's corporate, but thuggish, but did a little time, but are reformed, that been a thought, but want to be in love now. Where y'all at? Please tap in.
She wants a contradiction. She wants a walking contradiction. That's what she wants.
So, this
and she's fine, by the way. But then she does have a lot of fake attributes about her that I'm kind of like...
You like it. Shut up, dude.
I kind of want to see her real eyes, but that's all I gotta say.
We know what you want to see.
But she looked fine. Maybe that's a...
Want to see her real problem. Anyway, all right, so look. This is... we play this classic example every time I'm talking to a woman telling me yesterday, she was like, Unc, why can't I find a dude? And I said, okay, tell me what you want. Mm-hmm. And she says, and this is exactly what she tells me. She says, I said, how tall does this guy want to be? She says, I want a guy like 6'2", 6'3". I said, okay, tall guy. I said, and how much money does this guy have to make? And she tells me, this is a real conversation. She says, look, I make 70, so I want him to make at least 30, 40% more than me. I said, so about 120. I said, 6'3", 120. I said, and I'm assuming, because this person's in fitness, I said, I'm assuming that he cannot be a big fat fatty. Mm. She said, no. I need him to care about himself. So somebody with a decent body. I said, well, how far are you going?
I'm seeing the funneling right here.
So how far are you going? Is this guy? Is he like dad bod? Is he Mr. Universe? She says, listen, I don't expect him to be Mr. Universe, but he needs to not have a large amount of body fat. I said, okay, I understand that. I said, what age do you want this gentleman to be? She said, listen, I'm 32. I don't really want to date anybody who's over 37. I said, okay. I said, all right. Now, how important is it that this guy doesn't cheat on you? She says, he can't cheat. I said, whoa, just asking the question.
I'm going to bite your head off, huh?
Yeah, just answer the question. I said, okay, who hurt you? All right. Mm-hmm. So we go there, and I said, okay, and do you want him to be like emotionally available all the time? Or she said,
what is he emotionally available?
He needs to be available to me. He needs to have time for me. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, so he needs to have time for you. Yes.
But he needs to have enough money to take on trips.
Wait.
Sorry. PSTD right there.
It says he needs to have time for you. So he needs to be faithful, have time for you. And I said, and look scale, just looks at him. Look at him. I said, can he be average looking by the face? And she says, well, listen.
She hit you a well, listen.
I'm really good looking, and I think I know what I want, and I said, so you want him at least a 7? She said, yeah, at least a 7. I said, okay. Mm-hmm. I said, this person does not go with this person. Mm-hmm. I said, this person, I want you to understand that the person who's faithful, right? The person who's faithful and has a lot of time doesn't make a lot of money. Mm. The person who's faithful and is a 7, the person who's 7 is probably not going to be faithful. Mm. I said, the person who's a 7 and has a good body, women are going to be all over. The person who's 7 has a good body, has a bunch of money, a bunch of time, and 6'3", he's not faithful.
Mm. At all.
Because what you've described as the top, not 8%, you've described as top 5% of men. So
basically an anomaly.
You've described the top 5% of men. And that's what she just did. Mm-hmm. She wanted a thug who's corporate, who's been in jail,
who's been reformed,
who was a thought, but now I want to settle down.
Okay.
Right? This is the most...
And then she's got to get that same guy to even find her attractive and want to be in a relationship with her, because that's the ultimate sacrifice from a guy is to get into a relationship with an unvetted woman.
And so look, and she's pretty or this, that it is, but
that can only go so far, Grover.
She's delusional. Mm-hmm. Because if and I don't think women understand when they put stuff like that to a guy, you're just sitting there, you're just like, I remember like so many times I'd be watching Kevin Samuels, and he would be talking to a woman, and they'd say something, he'd just be like, oh. Mm. He'd just be like, I'm trying.
Those are always the best ones. I loved. I used to yell. I'm like, "You can't have it all. Tell her to Kevin. You gotta tell her. You can't have it all."
They say something to Kevin, and Kevin just stared at her like this.
Just that and face.
I'll hold that stare. Good 35 seconds. As they start talking, he don't say nothing. He just like. So that's the problem. But you know what's really the problem? Is those women, once they go through all of that and they find out that they can't have it, they don't reform.
But there have been problems.
They don't reform. They don't say, okay, I'm older now. Let me get with someone that I can deal with and live a good life. No.
I thought they're allergic to settling, though.
Yeah, exactly. Because what she said, what she's describing, she's not going to find. So let's play the next clip.
Do guys prefer younger or older women?
Older women are more confident and assured of themselves, know what they want, have higher standards, and hold you accountable. So younger women.
So he said, so younger women?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So this is a creator on TikTok. She's actually a beautiful lady, right?
Oh, yeah, she's very beautiful.
Very beautiful lady.
And those actually look like natural eyes.
Natural eyes, older lady. I believe she's...
I like the hair.
I believe she's South Asian, you know. But here's...
Mix of South Asian?
No, I believe she's from India.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Here is the absolute deal.
What is it?
The lady before, who wants all of that, they turn into her. Because now that they've lost the game. Either they married somebody that they picked for the wrong reasons, and they married the guy and they said, well, listen, I'm going to get 5 out of these 7 dimensions I want. So he's 6'3", 6'5". He makes $250,000 a year. And
he's a bad boy, thug, reformed.
Yeah, he's a bad boy, thug.
Writes poetry, but hard, can fight.
Yeah. And
got a long D, but knows how to make love.
Them be out here creating soup in their mind. They don't even be looking at right in front of them. Women down here think it's a unicorn with long and a lot of money and a weekend house and this write poetry and can draw. He a thug and he can fight and lift weights. You crazy?
And then she's like, oh, but he cheated on me and I can't deal with him. So now they're there in their mid-40s, 45 years old, post-wall. They know their worth. And so then when she sits there and she says, all of my positive things, it's not me, it's other people. It's never them. It's always someone else. And I've always seen this with women who are single and older, or maybe they've had a divorce. It's always everyone else's fault. They have no responsibility for what's happened to them. We had a lady on our panel, and she took no responsibility for what happened to her. And then, remember, I asked her, I said, so out of the 80%, 70 to 80% of women who file for divorce, you believe they're all abused? And it's all the men's fault? She says, yes, the men weren't raised right. Statistically impossible for 100% of such a large category to all be at fault. She doesn't care about possibilities. I have to be right. I have to need to be right. So this right there, what that lady did on that reaction, when she did that, it was shame, insults, guilt, and definitely the need to be right, because she has to justify the fact of why she's single. And it's horrible. It's horrible because only thing it does is it flashing back to when I was working for a company and I was around a lot of people at the end of their life. They end up alone. They end up alone.
Well, I'm kind of getting from this clip, maybe you're interpreting it a different way than I am, but it seems like she believes that she compete with younger women through intrinsic qualities, which people in getting a relationship, you should fall in love with someone's intrinsic qualities, their personality, their actions, their behaviors. But at the same time, it's hard to overwrite the male biological imperative to want to be with youthful women that can bear healthy children.
I took it as that she thinks that the only reason why she can't get a man is because they're going for younger women. And that there's something wrong with men for wanting younger women if that's their preference.
Hey, the older ladies, you want to come for me? Oh, you're going to be paying some of my bills.
See?
You're going to get the wrong relationship with this guy.
Scott over here.
But I'm ready. Told you I'm ready.
Straight home. They're gonna accuse me of starting a webcam service with you and holding your passport or something. But look, man, it's sad when I see stuff like this, and I know, like, you know, she's here making her little snarky point, and she feels justified. I've had this clip for a long time, and I'm just telling you, it is typical.
Classic example.
Classic example of delusion in sign language. Shout out to Kevin Samuels.
What's that sign language?
Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. Right? She listen. She's shaming the man because all of these positive attributes that she says she has, She's insulting him because you cannot recognize those, right? You know, she's guilting him because he should be. You should recognize it. And definitely she needs to be right because it's not her fault that they don't want her. It's their fault they don't want her.
And she can increase her chances with getting over a guy by being more in her feminine. Being more cooperative.
I think she's feminine. What she needs to do is right now,
not be a
at
victim.
her stage, she would probably needs to date a 65-year-old man. Because a 65-year-old man who has his life together, and she's probably about 45, right? Or a 55-year-old man. She needs to go older, 60 years old, 15 years younger.
That's not even that much of a jump. That's only like 10 years.
But then she'll be the prize to him. So you're not, sis, you're not the prize to a 45-year-old man.
What's her target demographic she's going for?
How old? What she wants are men her age.
But younger studs.
She wants men her age. She said, "Do you want younger?" You said older women or younger women, and she's saying older women, right? She wants men her age or slightly younger, because she says that she knows everything and knows her worth and all of this out. But these dudes are not picking her. That's why they like younger women, because all of her values is just too much for a man to handle. Well, basically, what she should take it as is that if you're losing and you keep the same strategy, but you're so proud, you're going to continue losing for the rest of your life.
That's being stubborn.
That's being insane.
Willful.
That's being insane. Because you
delusional?
No, it's insanity because she wants a different result by doing the same thing.
Dang. Damn, you're putting an educational spin on this, right? Give me that valuetainment.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications. Follow us on all social media networks at THPP Network.
On all of them.
Don't forget to check us on Rumble where we'll hit some little political fire for that. Follow me at the gram at I am Gorilla1. Follow this guy at
ScottT, 3 E's.
And of course, you can always follow Tip Network on the gram, Twitter, everywhere. We talked about that earlier. There's nothing else to do but ask yourself one question.
Where all the delusional women at?
No, can you handle the tip?
Okay.
Boom, booty in your face, we're out.
I'm available.
Ho.
This is the Happiness Podcast. I'm Grover.
Oh, yeah, it's my turn. I'm Scotty.
This month right here, boy. Leave your comments and like and subscribe on YouTube. Booty in your face.
We found true happiness.